is some of everything that we have done or that we do daily that contributes to the breakup of our relationship, the destruction of our man, and the failure of our children to be able to function. They did not tell us that all of that being my own person and I'm independent would lead to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism. They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation. They didn't give us that information. They made us think that it was some kind of glorified position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man. Yeah, we have some serious relationship problems that nobody has been able to address us on because everybody wants to pretend that this is not going on. You know, over 60% of our women are single, widowed, separated, or divorced. They don't have a man.
Do what I do, because I don't give a fuck. One or two people side with it, and them the one or two people that's rolling with me. I'm not looking at the majority. I told y'all from day one, the majority's not gonna side with you. I'm only gonna get subscribers here and there, and that's cool. I'd rather have 50 killers than 1,000 soldiers. Yeah. So they always gonna be mad. Welcome. Welcome.
That's just how it is. You have to check this out. Because we're warning guys about the bad woman, which now has pretty much leveraged most of the world. So the type of woman that is good is pretty much slim. We're not teaching hate. We're teaching understanding.
Relationships with old baggage and penalizing the new person for what the old person did. You just limit yourself from meeting a new person. You know what I mean? You drag old incidents right on into a new situation.
In the other communities, because they attack us, they attack the poor. That's part of their plan, to get the poor people that got money to spend. That shit don't even sound right.
Well, it's always an experiment.
That got money to spend. Like, so y'all gonna play on our intelligence. If you calling us poor, then obviously we shouldn't have money to spend. But this is how they look at us and they program us. And people.
Well, psychological warfare. There's always been the silent. I call it silent wars of psychological warfare because
I'm gonna be safe, bro. I'm just chilling. I'm gonna add you right now.
Keep your ass in the house, bro. All right, man.
Oh, I am.
Much love, man. Much love, man.
All right, brother. Peace.
What's up, class, y'all? We here today, and we here to talk about my boy Kanye West, guys. You know what I mean? I ain't even finna have a bash fest because I feel sorry for my brother, honestly, yo. My brother never had a chance, you know what I mean? We all know the obvious. You don't never supposed to wife no GB. You never supposed to wife no 304. You know what I mean? But we just gonna highlight some things today, guys. We're gonna highlight some facts. We're gonna highlight some keys where he went wrong, and we're gonna use him as a learning experience. Remember, guys, I told you guys, don't be hating on folks. You know what I mean? Learn from them. Learn from these folks. You know what I mean? They here for a reason. Their story is out there and in the public for a reason. It's for you to learn from it. You know what I mean? You take the good and the bad. Stop idolizing these people, these stars, because they have money. You know what I mean? Money is only half of the battle, guys, to tell you the truth. You see a lot of people, they take these situations and they be like, oh, they got money, so fuck it. You know what I mean? Because we so tied up and all of our problems is so tied to money that we think, guys, you got to understand with these stars, they just fools running around here with money. You know what I mean? Money don't make your mindset. Your mindset makes your money. All right, guys? So these guys, these stars, they never changed the laws of their mind before they got the money. So just because they have money don't mean nothing. This is why it's important for us to gravitate to some real knowledge and stop all this entertainment, stop all this idolizing of these stars and shit. You know what I mean, guys? And get to some real information so that by the time we get our opportunity and when it's our time, we don't mess the bag up. You know what I mean? We don't mess the bag up with old beliefs. You know what I mean? We get new blessings with old beliefs. That's how we fumble the bag. We got to change the laws of our mind first and then go forward, guys. That's how you win. That's how you win at life. Yo, salute to the chat, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we're going to get it in, guys. I want to start right now, guys. And I kind of just want to highlight. Before I even get to the root of all evil, which is the mother, you know what I mean, the grandma terrorist, we're going to highlight her path too, because a lot of people, you know what I mean, a lot of people don't know about this woman right here, man. This woman is Lilith. This woman is Lilith. When you hear me talk about Lilith, man, this is a Lilith right here. And you guys got to remember, this shit is all biblical, guys. We as Adam, we got to change the laws of our mind and become alpha so that we have the strength to stand up to our women or the women we going to deal with. Because there's always going to be a Lilith, right, lurking around our garden and Eden, trying to put that apple in there, you know what I mean, to our woman and persuade her to the feminist ways and the feminist ideologies, guys. And it's our job not to be Adam and let it and simp our way to, you know what I mean, conforming. We speak up for ourselves when it comes to dealing with these women, guys. You hear me, guys? No cap. You know what I mean? Now Kanye set himself up. Straight fool. We're going to get into that right now, guys. I want to go back to an interview Kanye. Go back to an interview where he showed he have all of the hell of a son energy, you know what I mean, that we talk about over here on this channel. And he get that hell of a son energy because when you raised by a hell of a mother, you know what I mean, she just raised you to be delusional, you know what I mean? And she put confidence in you to be all you could be, but it's without the dad in the house, guys, it's gonna be all delusional, and you never gonna get a dose, a little taste of reality, so that when you get outside in the real world, guys, you end up thinking that, you know what I mean, everything is all good until somebody tell you something, and now you all distraught and you don't know how to act, because when you raise in a single mom's household with her moms, and even if she's a good mom, you call her good moms, but she spoil you now. Now this is where you get spoiled. But when you go outside into the real world not gonna spoil you. The real world gonna hit you with a dose of reality. You know what I mean? And you can't go getting emotional. You know what I mean? You can't go getting emotional now, because you can't control things, because that's what it do. You know what I mean? When you raised in those houses, you raise a control freak. When you spoil your kid, you raise a control freak when he get out into the real world. So that's why I don't advise you to spoil your kid. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be a single mother, the last thing you want to do is spoil your kid, because when he get out in the real world and they tell him no, he's gonna act like Kanye West. You know what I mean? This is where you get those argumentative, emotional characters from right here. So you see how before he even got with a baby mom terrorist, his moms was already was sprinkling the Lilith on him. And this is his belief system. You know what I mean? So this is what I tell you guys. You gotta be alert. You gotta change the laws of your mind. Ain't nobody gonna help you change the laws of your mind. Nobody. You gotta change the laws of your mind, guys. Romans 12:2, guys. You have to change the laws of your mind. Do not conform to the ways of this world, guys. You know what I mean? Change the laws of your mind.
Africa, I'm standing up and I'm telling you, I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now, who's going to be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps.
Now, for those of you that don't know or don't remember this interview, this is Sway. Sway is a man. He's a man's man, you know what I mean? Never been in any bullshit, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? He wasn't coming at Kanye at all. But Kanye, he showed his ass on this interview right here. Like, he showed all of the hell of his son traits that I tell you about. Mini version of his mother. Just keep that in mind when you're watching his behavior, his body language, and just his emotional standpoint. Just watch how it's just, you know what I mean? And this is why I say he was set up from the beginning because of the way he was raised. You know what I mean? And a lot of us are addicted to what we're addicted to, and we fall to what we fall to because of our belief system, and our belief system always date back to how we were raised, how we were brought up. You know what I mean? We hear a lot of parents that say, I didn't teach him that. All right, you didn't have to teach him that, but what did you show him? What did he see? You know what I mean? And he saw this. He saw entitlement. He saw controlling. You know what I mean? So this is what he do. When he don't get his way, he act out. You know what I mean? Now, he's very talented, you know what I mean? You know, talented people know talented people when you see one, and he's very talented. So you know that he's not crazy, you know what I mean? He's just spoiled, you know what I mean? You get that, guys? Kanye not crazy. He just spoiled, and that's off the fact of how he was raised and how he was brought up. He was under one of them households where the mother bought him everything, made sure he was straight. You know what I mean? Made sure he's straight. As far as materialistic and money and, you know what I mean? The worldly stuff that God said you're not even supposed to be worried about that. You're not even supposed to chase that.
Back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye,
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the answers.
Kanye,
you ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You
a
ain't
question.
been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Kanye, calm down.
You don't have the answers though,
calm down.
because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yes, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothes.
And you see, they always quote to the money. They always quote to you ain't spend, you ain't got. You know what I mean? Because that's all that they mind. That's what they worship. That's what they taught to worship, and that's what they worship. You know what I mean? It's a survival thing. It's a survival instinct thing. Like that's what it's all about to them.
Clothing lines at a smaller degree. All I'm asking you,
it ain't no Ralph though. It ain't Ralph level.
Let me ask you this: I'm asking
what's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Kanye,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I lost money, but that's not
exactly. And I could lose money on a higher level too.
Don't think just because I got the most or the least money. Let me finish my question, dog.
Man, because
they can't even have a clear conversation. You can't even really have a conversation. Can you imagine if he didn't have money? If he didn't have the money that he have? Boy, he'd be one of them shooting out in the street right now. You know what I mean? The boy just emotional, unstable.
No, man.
Let me hear the question,
you don't have
man.
the answers.
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question. Why is it that you can't? You have money.
I just told you I lost the money because I did not have the knowledge of how to do it the right way.
So you don't have the money to do it. That's your answer. You ain't got to turn up, man. This ain't no fucking show, man. I'm talking to you as a homie.
No, it ain't no homie, man, because the thing is, the bottom line is,
man, everybody, you ain't got to turn up like you ain't got to know. Hold up. You
ain't no hold up.
Listen, bro.
Ain't no hold up.
It ain't got to be no hold up. I'm asking you a question.
Ain't no hold up.
I'm asking you a question.
Ain't no hold up.
What do you mean it ain't no hold up, man? We here talking as civilized people. I'm trying to understand your world because when I go to your concert, I'm curious about what you're saying. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you the questions.
Well, I'm explaining to you what it is.
Okay, but you ain't got to turn up on me man to man, dog. Fuck these mics. We could turn all this shit off. You ain't got to do this. It's cool. I love you, bro. But you ain't got to turn away. Don't try to embarrass us.
I'm not trying to embarrass y'all. What I'm trying to say to y'all is,
you see now, man, the man, when he asked him what he wanted, did he want to take it there? You know what I mean? He piped down, because Mama's boys and Hell of a Sons, they're not really for the action, guys. They're not really for the action. Remember, these guys be in the crib, moms do everything for them. They good. Like, they good. They get outside and then they play that Tupac shit outside, but they moms ain't raised them to be no Tupac. You know what I mean? They good. They be on some Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type shit. You know what I mean? And then they go outside and act the part. They act the shit that they engulf in. That's where you can't blame the moms on that end right there. You can't really blame the moms on that end right there. You know what I mean? Kanye will tell you he snuck and listened to NWA, and he ingrained himself in the music. You know what I mean? So Kanye is what you call a music baby. He an industry baby. The industry raised him. You know what I mean? Then when you have a nurturing mother who provides you with the tools of destruction, then, you know what I mean, you end up with a Kanye. You end up with somebody that's a spoiled brat. You know what I mean? When he can't get his way, he gonna create a narrative, and he gonna push the narrative, and he just gonna whine and complain and do all types of weirdo shit.
Is this industry of what I'm trying to get into.
But he's not gonna fight.
Ain't nobody never broke down. Ain't nobody broke down.
Slash, hold on. He'll hit a fan, though. He'll hit a fan. You know what I mean? He'll hit a fan. He'll take his anger out on a fan. You know what I mean?
We all slaves. So I ain't trying to disrespect you on your show. We all slaves or something.
About my show, yeah.
I ain't trying to disrespect you, period. Let me talk if you're going to have me talk. We all slaves. We all slaves. And y'all ain't experienced nothing right here but a moment from a movie out of glory. Back in the days, the slaves had enough money, they could buy their own freedom. We all say we slaves to Nike. We slaves to Benz. We slaves to public perception. We slaves to not looking, you know, what somebody going to say after the interview. Why you let Kanye do that? You should.
Right, guys. So Kanye, he started to talk some sense, but like I said, he's not crazy, guys. And this is what people do. They not crazy, you know what I mean? But Kanye is acting out right now. He's not crazy at all. And he's not a tough guy. He's not tough like that. So our next video I want to go into, guys, is a video that most of you may have seen or some of you may have not seen, but it's a video from Beanie Siegel. A little bit, it happened. This happened a while back when Rockefeller was really booming and bubbling, and Kanye had first just got his rapper deal because he was signed to Rockefeller as a beat maker. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, he kind of was disloyal, and he showed his disloyalty, and he showed where he worshiped the money, because he kind of was disloyal to Dame Dash. And for those of you that don't know the story, Dame Dash gave him his chance to be Kanye West, the rapper that he always wanted to be. At first, they was going to just use him. Jay-Z was just using him for his beats, and he just kept him in the box as a beat maker. But Dame Dash actually signed him as an artist. You know what I mean? And that's what Kanye really wanted to do. You know what I mean? And we all know he wanted to become a rapper because he wanted to get the girls. He wanted to get the women. You know what I mean? He had that on his mind. He didn't change the laws of his mind yet. So he had the lusty, I'm in love with a stripper. You know what I mean? Quote to my guy, Mr. Palmer. You know what I mean? He's I'm in love with a stripper, baby, from the jump. So, you know what I mean? Kanye West, like I said, he was set up for failure from the start. You know what I mean? And a lot of it is self-inflicted because he didn't read these red flags. He didn't read the red flags, guys. I mean, Kanye West not gangsta at all, so he shouldn't even play that role, and he shouldn't have hit that fan. But again, like I tell you, the Hell of a Son, they used to paying their way out because their moms always get them cash, and their moms always set them up. Their moms treat them like little princess that they are. And you know what I mean? So that's that. So we can see the damage that was inflicted on by his hell of a mother. You know what I mean? But now, guys, I want to examine and I want to put the microscope on this woman, Kris Jenner, because she is in the thumbnail for a reason. She is all of a Lilith, and I want you guys to look up what the Black Widow spider do. You know what I mean? Those of you guys that don't know or never heard of the Black Widow spider, I want you guys to look up the Black Widow spider. This is the spider that gets a mate, and she has the mate weave the web and set her up nice, and then at the end, and mate with him, and at the end of that, she kills him. Now, I'm not wrong when I tell you that every guy that go through them doors never is the same again. You know what I mean? Because the proof is in the pudding, and we're gonna get to that. That's what we're here to talk about today. Because I got the goods on Miss Kris Jenner, because we lose a blind eye to the creator of our headache. You know what I mean? Those of us that ever dealt with a headache, we lose the sight of who created that headache, guys. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Let's go into the fact that this woman is a monster, an absolute monster. So I told you guys, Lilith is always gonna be climbing and lurking around your cage, and lurking around your Garden of Eden, looking to pass that apple. So before we go to there, let me just show you guys, for example, how it went down at the kids' party. He barely was around Kim. He was around the moms almost all footage that I saw. He was with the moms. That's him with the moms. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You see who running things, who he got to talk to, who he got to run his things by to see his kids. That's the moms right there, guys. You know what I mean? So that's who he gotta run things by. This is the party right here, guys. This is footage from the party, from the actual party that, you know what I mean, he made a big old fuss about. You know what I mean? You gotta remember, none of these guys, none of these celebrities, majority of these celebrities don't give a fuck about no kids. They have these kids to sell records. They have these kids to fit in. You know what I mean? They have these kids for all the wrong reasons other than to have kids. You know what I mean? They have kids to feel loved too. They no different. Some of them have kids just to feel loved. You know what I mean? They are no different. And the children is the one that suffer, guys. The children is the one that suffer at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Kim Kardashian and Kanye West don't care the same amount about these damn kids. You know what I mean? Now they finna use the kids for leverage for each other, to leverage on each other. You know what I mean? And that's how it happens. That's how it go down. You know what I mean? That's how it go down. And it's sad. You know what I mean? I tell you, two people you could always have enough content on. For those of you content creators watching, two people that you could always have content on will be Kanye West and Lizzo. They will always give you some content because they love the attention, and they some fools. They never changed the laws of their mind before they got to the money. So they just entertainment. They puppets for Zaddy. They puppets for government saying Zaddy. Now, you know what I mean? And Kanye, he tries so hard and he means so well, but he have no supporting cast. Once he lost his moms, it was over. That was his bread and butter, because he could do no wrong, she could do no wrong. Like, you know what I mean? That was his bread and butter. And when it comes to these mama's boys and these hell of a sons, once they lose their moms, they can't lead. Because that's their leader. You know what I mean? That's their leader. But now we're gonna talk about her leader. You know what I mean? Kris Jenner.
Show up when I'm at the mixes, cause you know I'm not myself.
This is the party, guys. Those of you that just tuned in, this is the party.
It's gonna be a kitty. Let me see. Wow. Shy, are you next, birthday girl? Shy, birthday girl.
Pretty little kids, y'all. Pretty little girl. Look. Go. Kanye could have threw his own party too. He could have threw his own party.
Bye.
You know what I mean? And I'd have still pulled up at this one too.
True. See my dreamy
I
dream.
ain't even getting into that who know the address and all that. I just know that the boy love to control the narrative. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. These mama's boys will try to control the narrative. But when you're dealing with a hell of a son, and you put a hell of a son, and you put a Lilith raised daughter together, you're gonna get craziness. You're gonna get nothing but entertainment. You know what I mean? You're gonna get nothing but entertainment. And that's a fact. All right. Now let's get into Miss Kris Jenner real quick. Let's go over some facts about Miss Kris Jenner. Let this play out, guys. I want you guys to pay close attention because a lot of you guys might not be old enough to remember anything about this lady right here. So y'all probably never heard about her, never knew who she was, where she came from.
The world may be fixated on the ever-changing and salacious love lives of the Kardashian-Jenner siblings, but mum, Kris Jenner, has a pretty fascinating relationship history of her own. From a famed defense attorney to a former Olympian, her failed marriages have been full of cheating allegations and rumors that she married for money. We ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she has found a way to get involved in some pretty weird relationships. Here are all the strange things about Kris Jenner's marriages.
They're making fun of me now. It's fine. Whatever. No one's making fun of you, you psycho. Oh, psycho.
All about the Benjamins? Kris Jenner's allegedly scheming ways apparently started at an early age. If you believe author Jerry Oppenheimer's recounting of her life story, The Kardashians, an American Drama. According to the author, Jenner dated the late professional golfer Cesar Nudo when she was 17 years old and he was 27. Then she met...
All right, guys, follow her history, guys. Follow her history. Follow the money. Follow the drip. Play that back. You know what I mean? So when they say, I ain't teach them that, is what you showed them. Damn, I done shit. Fuck it.
From a famed defense attorney to a former Olympian, her failed marriages have been full of cheating allegations and rumors that she married for money. We ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she has found a way to get involved in some pretty weird relationships. Here are all the strange things about Kris Jenner's marriages.
They're making fun of me now. It's fine. Whatever. No one's making fun of you, you psycho. Oh, psycho.
All about the Benjamins? Kris Jenner's allegedly scheming ways apparently started at an early age. If you believe author Jerry Oppenheimer's recounting of her life story, The Kardashians, an American Drama. According to the author, Jenner dated the late professional golfer Cesar Nudo when she was 17 years old and he was 27. Then she met Robert Kardashian and reportedly cheated on Nudo.
I met Robert Kardashian.
Ooh, hussy.
Robert came over one day when Caesar was out of town.
What?
A friend of Nudo's said, Kris
You
saw
heard
a
it out of
far
her
better
mouth.
financial opportunity with Kardashian than with Caesar.
Oh my God, you're such a whore. Now we know where we get it from.
The couple tied the knot in 1978, and Jenner reportedly began draining Kardashian dry by making lavish purchases, including a $3,000 belt. Kardashian's former pastor told the author, I just sensed that Kris saw in Bob a kind of gold mine.
You see, guys, it's no cap. Like, you can't make this stuff up. The apple never gonna fall too far from the tree. So you just gotta look in the right way. You gotta look in the right direction. You know what I mean, guys? I tell you all of the time, I don't think Kim want to keep the kids from Kanye because she need a babysitter. She busy too. Why would she rather have the nanny have the kids shacked up with the nanny when she know the importance of having the dad in the kid life? Him having the kids to Kim don't mean her life is over. Is you a fool? That's just a babysitter for her. Likewise, like Kanye should move on with his life. And when she have the kids, that's a babysitter for him. And that's how it works. You know what I mean? But unfortunately now, Kanye has created the narrative to where he finna get himself in trouble. He finna go from being able to run away and have her pay money because she was the breadwinner, but which is not true. Let me not even say that. But he had her at some point until he went and signed where he signed, and we'll get to that also. But it's just crazy. He never had a chance, guys. He never had a chance. But you see right here, this woman right here is a cheater. She a manipulator. You know what I mean? And she a gold digger, straight up and down. She'll tell you out her own mouth. You gonna play that back?
Caesar.
Oh my God, you're such a whore. Now we know where we get it from.
The couple tied the knot in 1978, and Jenner reportedly began draining Kardashian dry by making lavish purchases, including a $3,000 belt. Kardashian's former pastor told the author, "I just sensed that Kris saw in Bob a kind of goldmine." Restless housewife. According to Oppenheimer's book, Kris underwent a mummy makeover after giving birth to their son, Robert Jr. With her altered bod in place, Jenner allegedly went on a quest to regain the freedom she lost when she became a Beverly Hills housewife.
And this is how it be. Lilith ain't made to be in no house. She can't even pretend that she want to be in the house. You know what I mean? She got her whole body done. You know what I mean? Unbelievable, guys. You can't make this shit up.
An insider told the author, Kris was coming home at 2 and 3 in the morning drunk, and she would tell Robert, "I have 4 kids and I have not lived life." A wandering eye. When she appeared on Fox News' Objectified, Jenner finally talked about her first marriage.
I married Robert when I was 22 years old and I got pregnant on my honeymoon. I had the happiest life you could have dreamt about.
She admitted she was always looking for more.
Sometimes people think.
You see, guys, when you start dealing with these 71% women, Lilith women, it's no pleasing them. You drive yourself crazy trying to make them happy. I mean, this is why I tell you guys, you know what I mean? Look for the good woman, man. Look for the woman that's content with life. You know what I mean? Content with life. Where she have a stopping point. Where she have a, "Oh no, baby, we don't need that." You know what I mean? Look for those women. And you guys overlook those women. You don't like those women. You call them women ugly. Crazy, yo. I don't understand how y'all like the women that want y'all for y'all money. We got to change the laws of our mind. It's that, and you see how that works perfect for them. You see, we just went over Kanye West, right? How he's molded to giving his money and tricking his money off. He's just molded into just using money to pacify his weaknesses. Because when you don't change the laws before your mind, if you don't change the laws of your mind before you get that bread, you know what I mean? You get to just throw bread at your problems instead of working through it and knowing how to build through it, because you built through problems before you had money. You know what I mean? This is why I say it's important. You want to change the laws before you get money, so you know how to work through problems. You don't just throw money at your problems and they disappear temporarily, and then they end up popping back up to bite you in your ass. And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening with a lot of the celebrities and the talented motherfuckers. They get so used to being able to just throw their talent at you, and everybody give them the little halo effect, that when it comes to, when they meet somebody who don't give a fuck about that talent and its reality sets in, they don't know how to act, because they never had to grow into manners. They never had to be nice to people, because they always could rely and fall back on their talent. You know what I mean? And now once they get money, they just a dummy with some money. They a dummy with some money. Now remember, money don't make the person. Money just illuminate who that person really is. And right now, it got Kanye looking like a whole fool out here. He finna hold it down for Will Smith. I know Will Smith got his popcorn and his soda. Like, thank God for Kanye West. Salute, still Lino 30. Salute. But word, guys, it's crazy. It's ludicrous right here. But he ain't have a chance in the world. You know what I mean? Like I said, we ain't gonna bash Kanye now because he was set up from the very beginning. His mom's fixed him right up, and she fixed him right up for what? For this. You see what I tell you guys all the time? Like, yeah, we get addicted to what we're addicted to because of who raised us and what we believed in. That's why we got to get rid of all that shit. Get rid of all that shit and go the opposite way. If you like bananas, fucking like apples now. You know what I mean? If you like the flashy 71% woman, like the nerdy chicks now. You know what I mean? That's how you do that. Switch it up. Make the switch. You know what I mean? This is a classic case of we falling in love with strippers. Don't listen to that song. Listen to the 50 song then. Listen to when 50 said, go ahead, switch it up. And if they hate, let them hate. That's the song y'all should be listening to, guys. Let's get back to this though. This woman, and they out here. Imagine how many other parents it's just this. This is Lilith.
Think the grass is always greener. And that was like what I think I went through at some point.
That's when Jenner confessed to hooking up with a soccer player while she was married to the late attorney.
When I look back on it now, probably one of my biggest regrets in my life is that marriage fell apart.
Out with the old hubby, in with the new. Radar Online dug up all the juicy details about Kris Jenner's 1991 divorce, including court documents where Robert Kardashian claimed Kris had immediately moved Caitlyn Jenner and her 4 children into the Beverly Hills home Kris once shared with Kardashian. Robert described an incident in which their son, Robert Jr., was asleep on a couch in Kris's bedroom while Kris was in bed with Caitlyn. He reportedly stated,
now, Caitlyn is Bruce Jenner. That's who they talking about. That's the one that she turned into a woman. So they're saying, they just said, let's uncomplicate common sense now here. They just said that, matter of fact, let me let you hear what let me let you hear with the research, man. Let me hear it. You hear it and pay attention, guys. Cause the shit like woo. Cause you probably ain't know.
Documents where Robert Kardashian claimed Kris had immediately moved Caitlyn Jenner and her 4 children into the Beverly Hills home Kris once shared with Kardashian. Robert described an incident in which their son, Robert Jr., was asleep on a couch in Kris's bedroom while Kris was in bed with Caitlyn. He reportedly stated, in my opinion, the situation is detrimental to the children. Kris and Caitlyn.
And then we wonder why that kid is a simp. We wonder why Blac Chyna was able to get that kid simped out. That's why. They thought that boy was asleep. That boy wasn't no sleep. Boy wasn't no sleep. And this is the shit that happened. I don't teach them like that. I ain't raise them like that. Well, what you showed them.
Caitlyn wed in April 1991, just 1 month after Kris's divorce was finalized. Friendly exes. Though the end of Kris Jenner's marriage to Robert had more drama than an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, things between them smoothed out a bit after Kris married Caitlyn.
Robert and I, at the end of his life, were best friends, and so is Bruce.
Kris told HuffPost, Robert and I remained really, really close and had a really great parenting style with our kids. Then Caitlyn became really good friends with Robert, so we've always had a one big happy family kind of a relationship. Khloe Kardashian's Throwback Thursday pic of Robert holding Kylie and Kendall Jenner is proof enough of the congenial situation.
Guys, yo, she got a whole scam going. She acting on hypergamy. That showed you how it's female nature. This woman is a professional monkey brancher. She a professional monkey brancher. Take note.
Up with the Kardashians could feel the tension between Kris spouses. Viewers of Keeping Up with the Kardashians could feel the tension between Kris and Caitlyn as their relationship fell apart.
You can all go find a little getaway that you can go relax at.
I'll look for a place. Everybody needs a little space.
Kris was immersing her.
You got to remember, guys, the Black Widow spider. Once she done using you, and once she don't need you no more, it's over for you. She discarded of him. You know what I mean? In the process, she already had emasculated this man to the point he didn't even want to be a man no more. He wanted to complete the whole reversal switch. This would have been the first couple to show you the reversal switch. Because you see she got the little feminist man little haircut, the little short haircut anyway. You know what I mean? You throw a little suit and hat on her, she'll look just like a little man. I mean, just like a little man. And then him, like I told you, he probably gonna be our first female/male president of the world. You know what I mean? Because he done turned himself into the whole girl. That's the whole government zaddy Satan plan right there. If y'all peep game, that's the whole plan. That's what they want to do to the whole population. That's all what Lilith wanted to do to Adam. And got mad because he told on her. And she ran off, guys. This one, this where she at. This where she at.
Herself in her children's careers, while Caitlyn was content with hanging out around the house.
Honey, where's Mom?
She just left.
She just left?
Rumors emerged in 2013 that the then couple's marriage was on the rocks. Khloe inadvertently spilt some tea when she told Jay Leno that Kris and Caitlyn were living apart.
They got another house, and Bruce stays there sometimes. I'm not for that.
Is it in the same state?
It's in the same state,
Yeah.
yes. Different city.
Yeah.
4 months later, Kris and Caitlyn announced via E! that they had split after 22 years of marriage.
Both Mom and I seem to be very happy with the arrangement that we have right now. So for the time being, we're going to keep the beach house.
Blast from the past. In Touch Weekly claimed that not only had Kris cheated on her first husband, she had stepped out on Caitlyn too, with a former soccer player named Todd Waterman. Sound familiar? That's because Todd was also the man with whom Kris admitted to cheating on Robert.
I had to meet up with Todd again.
Explain to me why you saw this ass.
Todd even made an appearance on Keeping Up, while Kris was still married to Caitlyn, and an insider told the
Yo, this is Grandma Terrorist right here, guy. This is Grandma Terrorist. This is Grandma Terrorist, yo. If you never seen a Grandma Terrorist, guys, salute to Mr. Palmer, man, for even coining that phrase, B. Salute to Mr. Palmer for even coining it. This is a Grandma Terrorist right here, guys. This is Lilith right here. Look at her. Look at the sipping forces. Oh shit, man! Why I keep hitting this shit like that? I just want to keep exposing and the shit keep going back to the beginning and shit. Like, no, we're not even there. We're a little bit further than that. Where we at? That was some sad shit though about what they did to Rob. That was not cool what they did to Rob.
Khloe inadvertently spilt some tea when she told Jay Leno that Kris and Caitlyn were living apart.
They got another house, and Bruce stays there sometimes. I'm not for that.
Is it in the same state?
It's in the same state,
Yeah.
yes. Different city.
Yeah.
4 months later, Kris and Caitlyn announced via E! that they had split after 22 years of marriage.
Both Mom and I seem to be very happy with the arrangement that we have right now. So for the time being, we're going to keep the beach house.
Blast from the past. In Touch Weekly claimed that not only had Kris cheated on her first husband, she had stepped out on Caitlyn too, with a former soccer player named Todd Waterman. Sound familiar? That's because Todd was also the man with whom Kris admitted to cheating on Robert.
I had to meet up with Todd again.
Explain to me why you saw this ass.
Todd even made an appearance on Keeping Up, while Kris was still married to Caitlyn, and an insider told the mag it was allegedly Kris's way of keeping him quiet.
And I see this guy that kind of looked familiar.
Yeah.
And I said to the instructor, who is that? And he goes, Todd Waterman.
Kris denied both the later cheating allegations and the payoff, but Todd told In Touch that back when Kris first moved Caitlyn into her Beverly Hills home, we were still sleeping together when she started dating Caitlyn.
I would have told him off. Wish I was there. 20 years later? Why would she even talk to him?
Brand first, marriage second. With a divorce under her belt, you might think Kris would have put some hardcore effort into keeping things with Caitlyn afloat. But multiple sources confirmed that before the then couple was on the outs, Kris was way too preoccupied with attaining power and fame to be bothered by her then marriage.
Mom! We're not just here to wait on you. I'm coming. You're our manager.
You see, guys, they're going to always choose money and business and their career over their kids. That's the first sign of Lilith. She don't really want to be a parent. She don't really want to be a nurturer. You know what I mean? They have the kids to excel and trap the dude so that in any event, they can go to court, get the come up, and repeat cycle, you know what I mean? This is a clear classic example of what Lilith do. You know what I mean? Classic example of how they monkey branch, and she just upgraded and upgraded and upgraded. You know what I mean? From a tennis player to an attorney to an Olympian.
Wait on us.
We need to tell her she's about to be fired.
What started out as a whirlwind romance between the once smitten couple went haywire when Kris and her family were tapped to appear in the long-running e-reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. An insider told People Caitlyn never wanted the circus that came with the show. She just went along with it. It was fun at first, but then it started to run their lives. The source then added, everything in Kris's life is about ratings. Caitlyn was never her priority, and she was totally sick of it. Third time's a charm? As weird as her past marriages have been, we weren't surprised when Kris told Ellen she was hesitant about walking down the aisle for a third time, despite being in a relationship with road manager Corey Gamble since 2014.
You know, I've done that twice and it didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They say try and try again.
That's right. They do, don't they?
Yeah.
But during a game of Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts, host James Corden brought up the rock Jenner had been wearing on her ring finger.
You've been spotted wearing a massive diamond ring on your wedding finger. Are you and Corey Gamble engaged?
Instead of flat out denying she was engaged to Gamble, Jenner played coy.
I'm not going to answer.
If she does choose to go for number 3, we wish her a happy and long-lasting marriage.
Corey is such a great guy, and the kids really like him a lot.
All right, guys, so that's a little bit of history on Kim Moms right there. And she really running the show. She's the one behind the scenes. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to my guy Carsino, because I want to play a video that he did. And that brother be on point. You know what I mean? That brother from Chicago, you know what I mean? Got the inside scoop on things. Plus he got the over voices. He got this voiceovers crazy. Voiceovers is crazy. So we're gonna ride on out to a little Carsino. Let me get that ready for you guys. Very on point. And this is where it's at right now. Kanye West got to calm down before he put his foot in his mouth. You know what I mean? Right now, if he just chill and worry about himself and change the laws of his mind and work on becoming the best version of him, because he's not the best version of himself. So what that he got money? He's not the best version of himself. You know what I mean? He's playing around with it. You know what I mean? And if you notice, this is why all the real dudes, all the real alphas don't want nothing to deal with him. You know what I mean? They don't want nothing to deal with him. You see, that's where him and Jay went wrong. And that's why he ain't got a supporting cast right now, because he done made everybody that would fuck with him not fuck with him, because he a hell of a son. And he don't know when somebody say no, they mean no. Or, you know what I mean? Sometimes no means no. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But you see this guy right here, he used to always have it his way. Anything he want, he get. So this is why the real niggas don't fuck with them, because you can't fuck with that and really win. You can't fuck with niggas that's unstable emotionally and really win. This is why Jay didn't mess with him. You know what I mean? Because the red flags was there, the signs was there. Everybody knew the girl you was messing with was a thought, boy. Everybody knew that. Unfortunately, we all hope he get that, but I don't know. Kanye got to fix himself. He got to change the laws of his mind, man. He got to stop thinking like how he thinking. You know what I mean? He got to stop thinking like how he thinking. It's not getting him anywhere. All right, so now let me get to my boy let me get to my boy Casino.
Yep, that's right. Kanye decided to have a conversation with his wife. I know, strange, right? Very crazy, kooky. So the conversation was mainly about what else? All the stuff we've been reading about in this past week. In this crazy soap opera that is called Kanye West. Now, how should this go? Well, let's get to it. Unless you've been under a rock, Kanye did a speech, cried in the middle of it, threw Meek Mill under the bus, threw his wife under the bus, threw Harriet Tubman off of the plantation, back on the plantation. And in that rant, he made some very good statements. But it was lost in translation and written off as crazy as he starts to cry as he says his wife, Kim, almost aborted their baby. Now, while he said that, we're moving right along. Kanye West decides to double down. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Kanye West decided to double down. And you might say, well, what do you mean by doubling down? What did he do that actually was so bad that we got to mention it again? Well, it was quite simple. Kanye West decided in his infinite wisdom that he was going to attack his mother-in-law, call her Kim Jong-un, and Kris Jong-un, rather, and blame her for a lot of the things that have happened in their whole life. And, you know, orchestrating the sex tape, a lot of family secrets and stuff he was dropping to the world. Now,
Kanye always had a problem with the way they did things. He kind of know, being together with her for as long as they have been together, Kanye kind of sense where they go with it. So Kanye, he tries, but at the end of the day, once you give your seed to these people, you is done, son. What can you do? You are always at the end. That's where the L come in. It don't matter how much money you got. That's an L for you.
everyone else who watches the Kardashian show is expecting to see all of this on the new season, as they always seem to highlight something that goes on in their life on their new show. Now they're saying they're not going to do that. This is too embarrassing for the family. Why? This is what your show is about, right? Showing them do absolutely nothing every day when actually something's going on. You're saying, oh, well, I don't know if we're going to highlight that on your show. Why not? Isn't their show supposed to be keeping up with the Kardashians? Isn't this keeping up with them? So an irate Kim sends out a public statement approved by her manager and mom, Kris, about living with people with bipolar disorder, and trying to get them to see a doctor and all of these different things. Now, Kanye has decided to come out and apologize out of the blue. He sees a doctor, goes to the hospital for anxiety and stress. He saw all the people in the hospital waiting on the doctor for real issues, and he's like, look, I don't know if I can be here. It's a lot of people. Just tell the doctor to meet me on my ranch in Wyoming. So now the doctor goes out there to go meet him on the ranch in Wyoming. Does test on Kanye and said physically he's fine, but I still think he's a crazy SOB. So now that's done.
Guys, you gotta understand, right? All the antics that you try to pull make you look stupid. All the antics you try to pull to sway the narrative on your side and make you look like the victim, you're not a victim of nothing. You're a victim of your imagination. You know what I mean? But do you see what I'm saying right here with Kanye West? When you're not prepared because you raised off of survival and you raised off of you can have it your way, you know what I mean? You're not going to be used to love. So you could end up fumbling the whole bag. You could end up fumbling the whole bag. Now, Kim Kardashian, she brought this dude from the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, no lie, no cap, guys. You guys might not know the whole story. I might not know. Kim Kardashian, she came through for this bum, yo, at his worst time. Like, she held him down, though. When he blew all his money trying to do this designer joint, when he tried to change the game, like, that hell of a son energy, thinking you could just jump stuff, like you could just skip right ahead of you ain't gotta take your time and climb the mountain. You could just jump from ground level to the top of the fucking mountain because you just gassed up off of you could do whatever you want to do. You could be whatever you want. Oh, my boy, you know what I mean? And that shit right there is dangerous when you get outside. You know what I mean? But in any event, he make himself look crazy just for antics, just for attention. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of guys like this. It's not just him out here running around like this. It's dudes with less money that got mad antics. So imagine a nigga with no money and all these antics and shenanigans because of his emotional standpoint. Like, because of his emotions, like, come on. We can't do that, y'all. We can't do that as men. It's 2022. And we're going to call out the men. We're going to call out the women. You know what I mean? But in this event, I would like to say, in my opinion, you know what I mean? I know I'm probably not going to have the best opinion, but in my studies and my focus, Kim was always a good girl to this dude. She brought him back from the dead when he spent all his money and went bankrupt with the fashion, with the ugly clothes that he was making over in Paris. And she was modeling them ugly ass clothes. She put her style and she was more into the designer business than Kanye. She had brands giving her, Louis Vuitton giving her clothes and giving her stuff. And she still wore his stuff because that's her dude. So she took position. Like, this is just an ungrateful dude that just fumbled the bag, guys. We gonna be realistic here. Ungrateful dude, fumbled the bag, stayed at him. And when I told you guys, when you decide to stay at him, you're going to always struggle because you're going to always attract to Lilith type chicks. You're going to always look to get dominated. You're going to always look to get taken care of. This nigga got nothing but neediness dripping off of him right now. He acting way too needy. He's Kanye West. Bro can make, bro could build a bear. Fuck out of here. He could build any female he want on the low. Realistically, guys, he could build any female he want. You know what I mean? Hopefully he got it changed. But even if he was to build any female he want right now, at the point he is at right now, and this goes for any guy too, if you didn't change the laws of your mind, you're going to end up with the same result that you got because it's not the female, guys. At the end of the day, ultimately, it's us. Should be us, guys.
What's next? She flies out to Wyoming because she was overseas at the time. She gets back in the States, and she finally goes to see her husband. They have been away from their children because at the whole time you're like, well, where
But
the
you
hell
can
is the
see how
kid?
it's never
Did
about the
Kanye have the
kids. You don't
kids?
hear them
Does
talking about
Kim
no
have the
kids.
kids? No, the nanny has the kids. So the
Right,
nanny has
exactly,
been
Cino.
taking care of the kids while mom and dad travel. They do such a great job raising. Now, let's get to the gist of the real point here. Kanye's in Wyoming chilling with no children. Kim comes to see her husband as she doesn't want the kids to see mommy and daddy fighting like this. Oh, they do such a great job raising. Now, let's get to the gist of the real the kids. Did Kanye have the kids? Does Kim have the kids? No, the nanny. She finally goes to see her husband. They have been away from their children because at the whole time you're like, well, where the hell is the kids? Did Kanye have the kids? Does Kim have the kids? No, the nanny has the kids. So the
All right, guys, you heard it. And it's true. That's what I just got through telling y'all. Like, at the end of the day, they don't both of them don't care about them damn kids. And they're going to both use them for leverage and pawns. But, of course, the mother, she got him dead to right. I'm talking about Kim. Kim got him dead to right. Those babies are hers by state of gyno land. By gynocracy rules, those babies, she can do whatever the fuck she want, guys. You know what I mean? True story. And I just told y'all, I don't feel she's that type of, she don't got it in her nature to want to do Kanye dirty like that. She don't want a kid. She just want to move on with her life. And I don't think her mom's is controlling her, this venture, this new venture of her life is something that's hers. And that's what she can own up on her own. But her mom's got the old stuff. All of the old ventures, her mom's own. So this Kanye situation is really in her mom's hand, as you gonna see, as Kanye gonna tell y'all. I mean, as Casino gonna tell y'all guys, the mom's got Kanye, got the contract. You know what I mean? The moms own that. Grandma BMT own that.
nanny has been taking care of the kids while mom and dad travel. They do such a great job raising. Now, let's get to the gist of the real point.
Another thing about these little modern couples, right? Why is it's always about the kids? It's never about the kids during these times right here. During these times, when they running around here worrying about themselves, hogging all the attention and the glory for themselves, it's not about the kids during these times. It's only when they break up and it's time to pick a side and stay in it. And then they try to have the kids pick a side and stay in it because that's what they know.
Point here. Kanye's in Wyoming chilling with no children. Kim comes to see her husband as she doesn't want the kids to see mommy and daddy fighting like this. She goes onto the ranch. They go inside the house. Next thing you know, they get in a car and decides to drive out in the car when they could have been having this conversation indoors in private. Kanye was, wait, before you say anything, I think we should have this in the car. Let's go for a ride and have this conversation. Baby, why you don't want to see me? And I think that made me look. I look stupid. Everyone thinks I'm a baby killer. And you made me look bad and you did it on stage. And how do you think that makes me feel when you do this? Babe, it's your mom. This ain't you talking, it's your mom. I'm talking about what happened, what really happened. It's the truth. You a prisoner to that. I freed you. See, Harriet Tubman didn't free nobody. I just freed you. Now, the whole world know And you ain't got to feel guilty about it. I did that for you. I freed you from that sex tape, didn't I? You was known for a sex tape. I freed you from that. Now you sitting in the president's Oval Office. You sitting with Trump. I made that happen. Me, that's who. Now, I know I gave you part ownership of the company. I'm going to need you out the kindness of your heart to give that back. My mom has those papers. She's never given that back. Oh my God. Is that why you got me here? No, I got you here because I love you. That's why I apologize. I apologize because...
You see, guys, he already signed his soul. He signed his soul to the devil. He's caught up already. You know what I mean? Kanye's already caught up. Besides the fact he kind of paid to be with this woman right here. He paid to marry this woman right here. You know what I mean? He paid to marry this woman.
I made that happen. Me, that's who. Now, I know I gave you part ownership of the company. I'm going to need you out the kindness of your heart to give that back. My mom has those papers. She's never given that back. Oh my God. Is that why you got me here? No, I got you here because I love you. That's why I apologize.
And again, guys, that's why she don't take him. Kim don't need to take him to child support. She don't need to take him to child support. She don't need alimony. She don't need nothing from Kanye but for him to leave her alone. She's good already. The moms got her straight. You got to remember, the moms control the empire. So the mom, fuck with the moms, let her most lucrative asset to the empire get got. You know what I mean? So she's good. Did she just want him to leave her alone? And Kanye need to just go on with himself, take care of his kids, do what he got to do for his kids. You know what I mean? He got the money. He got enough. He got money, so he can do whatever he want. He got. It's not like she's telling him he can't take care of his kids. You see, some of us, we get done the worst, and we don't got no money. Some of us can't even get the opportunity to at least go to even throw our own party and be like, all right, she don't want me over there. I can't get the address over there, but at least I know tomorrow's my day. I'm gonna throw a whole big party over here. Like, nah, like some of us don't got the opportunity for that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. People take for granted what they have. People take for granted what they have right now. You know what I mean? They never really look to it because they living it up right now and they living through it. But they never take a step back and look at what they do have. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. Beta males always keep in touch with somebody that they should have kept. You know what I mean? And that's sad. You know what I mean? That's sad. But you got to also understand too. Oh, sorry, guys. You got to also understand that not every female could endure the annex. Not every female got that spidey sensey, that spider senses to just be liking that adrenaline rush all of the times. There is some females that you get the submission from them being calm, but you acting crazy sometimes scare them, and that raised their anxiety. And when you raise a female anxiety, you lose security points. You know what I mean? You lose the fact that she think you can keep her secure and safe. You know what I mean? Then when she gets robbed in a hotel, I mean, out of the country, she gets robbed, and you really nonchalantly didn't really care or anything like of that nature. You know what I mean? Nor are you really, we saw the videos now. I just played you the videos. Kanye, if he was there, he wouldn't have been able to do nothing in the first place but get his ass shot. So, you know what I mean? Because he's not built like that. He's not built for war. He's not built like that. He's not that. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, guys, we got to change the laws of our mind. We can't get caught up believing something that's not true, that's not there. You know what I mean? We can't do that. We got to let it go. We have to let it go. You know what I mean? We have to let it go. and make it about our kids. And for those of us that have our kids, appreciate the fact that you have your kids. Don't take it for granted, because know there's dudes out here that don't have their kids. You know what I mean? So if you got your kids, you know what I mean, hug them, kiss them, love them. You know what I mean? Right now, you know what I mean, while you have the chance to, because you know what I mean, most people don't have their kids. You know what I mean? Most people don't have their kids. So and it's a war. It's a war going on outside. No man is safe from, guys. Keep Lilith away from your garden of Eden. You know what I mean? Keep Lilith away from your garden. Let me wrap this up. Well, how much more we got on this? Yeah, we're about to wrap this on up right now. Carsino, that was a great job of you know what I mean, pointing it out, just calling it out. It's 2020, we calling it out, y'all. Salute to the chat, salute to everybody that tuned in tonight. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna drag this one, make this one a nice short one for you, you know what I mean? Salute to Mr. Palmer. Just a little spin-off to the Mr. Palmer joint. Y'all go check that one out that he did earlier, you know what I mean, over there on his channel. Fuck child support, you know what I mean? That was a great joint that he pointed out. It don't matter about your money. It don't matter. A L is a L, guys. A L is a L. And once you get trapped up in Satan government zaddy playhouse, you know what I mean? That's that court system. You know what I mean? You going. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's a war. It's a war. Remember, guys, it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You could run, but you can't hide forever. You got to change the laws of your mind sometimes. All right, guys. Y'all stay safe, and I appreciate y'all, yo. Salute to all of y'all, man. If y'all can, share this video on your social media platforms, and don't forget to hit the like button, guys. All right.